Hey everyone! Thank you guys so much for popping by and spending a little bit of your time with me. It means more than you know. For this video, I have 7 really cute Dollar Tree Easter DIYs to share with you all, so let's get started! For this first project, I went in with this pillow and this bunny themed material that are both from Dollar Tree, and I started by ironing out that material since it had been rolled up and it was kind of crinkled. I then cut that material directly in half and started gluing on the side of the material that has the pattern. I just started gluing halfway down on each of those sides. It's going to look like it's inside out, but once you turn it right side out and do it this way, it looks like the sides are nice and clean and almost professional looking rather than homemade. So once I had all the sides glued where I needed them to be, I just turned that material right side out, and then I stuffed that Dollar Tree pillow into there, and then I just glued the little top area where the top was still open. And I did make 2 of these pillows. I just did the other one off camera since it was the same exact thing. These were really cute, you know, just as is, but I kind of wanted to spruce them up a little bit. They were missing something, so I decided that making a couple of tassels to go on each of the corners would be really cute. So I went in with this Dollar Tree yarn, and I just started making 8 of those tassels. And I didn't want this to be a tassel tutorial really, so I made this one and let it play out for you guys, and I just did the other ones off of camera just so it wasn't so repetitious and monotonous. But if you would like a tassel tutorial, please let me know down in the comments and I can get one made for you guys. Anyways, like I said, I made 8 of those tassels, and I just started by gluing them onto the back of each of the pillows. For me, the back of the pillow was where the original pillow had said love on it. That writing was coming through the material, so I chose that to be the back side because obviously I didn't want to see that, you know, when I'm just laying them around my house. And this is how they turned out with the tassels. Really cute. I think it spruced them up just enough. It's what they needed for sure. So originally I was just going to make those 2 smaller pillows, but I decided the whole collection was like missing something. I needed another pillow that was a different size. And I had one more roll of fabric, so I went in kind of made like a lumbar pillow, which is like a longer, skinnier pillow. I did the same exact thing, and I went in with 2 more Dollar Tree pillows. I glued everything the same, starting with the pattern on the inside, and then I turned it right side out, and then I stuffed it with those 2 Dollar Tree pillows. And I used some batting this time just because I wanted to fill in that gap where the 2 pillows met, because it kind of made like a ripple in the fabric, and I didn't want you to see the 2 separate pillows. I wanted it to look like one larger pillow. So I stuffed it in to fill in those gaps, and then I just had to glue up that open end. I started by gluing one of the sides and then kind of folding it onto itself. I just wanted to give it like a nice, clean, professional look. But when I folded this side together, the corners kind of came out a little bit wonky. They were just way too prominent, kind of pointy. So I snipped off some of that extra fabric at the end, and then I used my scoring tool to kind of push that corner inside of the pillow, and then I just glued it up, and this fixed the problem for sure. It made it look so much better. I then went in with some mauve colored yarn that was from Dollar Tree as well, and I just made 4 more of those tassels and glued them onto the back, and here is how that one turned out. I am actually loving this one so much. I think it's nice and full. It looks like it's like a really good quality made pillow. It has a really cute, subtle Easter look without being too over the top, and I really love that. For this next project, I went in with this Simply Blessed Dollar Tree calendar and took out the page with the cute little bunny and the wreath on it. I then went in with this Valentine's decor sign, and I started by sanding off all of the glitter. I just wanted a nice smooth surface to work with. I then took my white Waverly chalk paint and gave it like an all-over coat of paint in the middle. And then I kind of just used what was left on my brush to distress the sides a little bit. And then I also went in with some brown Waverly wax to kind of age it and antique it a little bit. After that, I went in with some Mod Podge, and I just gave the middle an all-over thick coat of that. And then I just placed the calendar page directly on top and used a Jenga block actually to kind of smooth out the ripples and the edges and get into the creases really good. I then went in with a razor blade and just cut off that excess paper. And then I started sanding up the edges of the middle of the sign a little bit I really liked the original like robin egg blue color that was on that sign, so I just wanted some of that to come through. I just thought it was a really good like Easter color. I then went in with some Dollar Tree ribbon and just decided to make a cute little ribbon to go on top of that bunny. He already has a ribbon or like a little bow on his chest right there. I just thought this would be really fun to give this sign a 3D type of effect. So I made a cute little bow, which happens to kind of match the original little bow on him already, so I thought that was really fun. And then to add to the 3D effect, I just went in with my like floral and greenery scraps and picked out a few that I thought would really go well with this calendar page and the colors it already had on it. I just glued some of those down and that was it. Here is how it turned out. I am swooning, you guys. This one is totally cute. I really love that I decided to do like a 3D type of look for this one. This was the perfect, quick and easy Easter DIY project. For this next project, I went in with a Dollar Tree 8x10 canvas, and I just started by removing all of the staples off of there to remove that canvas material from the frame. I then went in with this Hazelwood stain color and just gave it an all-over coat of stain. I then took some special walnut stain as well and put that over top of that Hazelwood. I really like this stain combo color. I think it turns out so pretty. The walnut color is usually pretty dark, so when you mix it with that Hazelwood, it lightens it up and just gives it really a natural wood finish, and it's just, yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. My next step was to just measure out the canvas where I needed to cut it. I just wanted to fit flush with the back of the frame. I then went in with some poster board and I lined it up to fit on the inside of the frame. Took my scoring tool to know where I needed to cut, and then I just cut that out. And once I had both of the pieces, to the desired size, I just went in and took my stapler and started stapling the canvas to the back of the frame. After that, I just went in with this Dollar Tree sign. I was really interested in the little galvanized bunny on the front, so I took my flathead screwdriver and just pried it off of there. I then went in with this moss sheet that is from Dollar Tree as well. Turned it over so that way it was easier for me to cut through that burlap rather than cutting through the moss on the front and then through the burlap. So I just took an X-Acto knife and just held that bunny in place and just went all the way around till all of the edges were nice and cut, and then that bunny piece just popped right out. I then went in with that little poster board piece that I cut and did the exact same thing, but this time I was more interested in the background, like outline of the bunny rather than the bunny shape itself. So I just glued down that white poster board into the middle of the canvas, and then I took the moss shaped bunny that I cut out earlier and placed that, glued it right into that missing gap. And seriously, you guys, super in love as soon as I glued that moss bunny down, but I just wanted to spruce him up a little bit more, so I used that original bow that came on that Dollar Tree sign and just kind of retied it into a more like flattering bow, I guess, because their bow was kind of a little weird and wonky. But here is how that one turned out, and totally obsessed. You guys will definitely have to let me know what you think of this one, because it is by far, I think it's definitely one of my favorites, that's for sure. So for this project, I basically did everything the exact same as I did with the last DIY project. We are going to be using the leftover scraps from that last project and kind of making like an inverted DIY project. So I did all of the steps the same, removed the canvas, cut the canvas piece out to fit the back, stapled it to the back, stained the wood the same. But this time I will be using the moss background instead of that white background, and then we are going to be using the white bunny, the bunny shape, instead of the moss bunny shape. So I just kind of placed down that white bunny and glued it into place, and then glued the moss piece over it. Then I took some loose moss and I just kind of filled in those gaps around the edges where the moss sheet didn't fit. It was just a little bit smaller than that canvas size. Again, I went in with the original bow that came on that Dollar Tree sign, and boom, this is how that one turned out, you guys. Super quick and easy. I just really wanted to show you that you can use these leftover like scraps that you have to make a completely different looking DIY project. And this bunny here was my inspiration for these pieces. I got that piece at Michael's last year, and I kind of, you know, it was in my Easter stuff this year, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to recreate that with Dollar Tree stuff, and I love the way mine turned out. For this next project, I went in with this Dollar Tree sign and just started by removing the back, and then I went in with this Heirloom Traditions paint in the color Cashmere, and I gave it 3 to 4 coats of paint, just as much as it needed to cover up those words on there. I did not want to see those at all. Next, I went in with this bunny-shaped Create Your Own Ornament wood cutout, and then this floral tissue paper, which are both from Dollar Tree. I really liked the floral pattern on this tissue paper, so I just cut a strip of that off, and once I had put it on top of the bunny, I realized that it was still really translucent, so I decided to cut a piece of the white paper out as well, so that way I could layer them together, and that it would really make those colors of the floral tissue paper pop just even more. Next, I went in with my Mod Podge and just gave that bunny an all-over coat, and then I applied the first layer of the white tissue paper on there, smoothing out the bubbles and all of the ripples, and then I just cut the excess paper off and then applied one more layer of Mod Podge and then one more layer of the white tissue paper. And then I did the same thing, but this time for the third layer, I added the floral tissue paper. So once I had given each of the layers enough time to dry completely, I just flipped it over and took my X-Acto knife and just cut around the outer edge of the bunny, but I just made sure to be really careful because I did not want to break that like background tissue paper, because this project and the next project are going to be like the inverted moss bunnies that I just completed, so they're gonna have like an inverted type of look to them. So once that bunny was all cut out, I just took that wood cutout and glued it onto the background of that sign, and then I just needed to add the sign back in, and here is how that one turned out. Really cute and simple. I just left it very nice and clean and simple. I just really liked that look. So again, I'm going to go in with the same sign, and this time I chose to cover it up with some poster board. It was just a lot easier than having to do so many layers onto that backing to cover up the words. And here is where I used that background of the tissue paper that we just, you know, cut out the bunny from, and I glued that onto the backing of the sign instead, and used my Mod Podge to kind of get into all the cracks and crevices, the grooves, and just make sure everything was stuck in place. And then I took my X-Acto knife and cut around, you know, cut off the excess pieces. And here is how this one originally turned out. I love it, super cute, but the bunny was just not popping enough for me. So I decided to go in with some Dollar Tree jute twine and just took my time and really went in slowly with some hot glue and outlined that bunny. I just did not want to see a lot of the glue coming through, so I made sure to use as little glue as possible. And here is how that one turned out. So cute. The bunny looks so much better now. It's very, you know, prominent. You can see that it's an actual bunny. And here they are together. You can see what I mean by that inverted look. You have the floral bunny, but then on the other one, the floral is the background. I love those ones, you guys. All right, for the last project, I went in with this wood bunny cutout and these microfiber dust pads from Dollar Tree. And I just started by gluing one dust pad on each side of the bunny. And I glued them at like, you know, different sections, like section by section, just to make sure that they were really stuck into place and really stuck on that bunny. So, if you've ever wanted to give a bunny a haircut, now is your chance. So once I had everything glued into place, I just took my scissors and a razor blade and I just went around the shape of the bunny and just made sure to, you know, get in the cracks and the grooves as best as I could. And this process was definitely a little bit more time consuming, a little tedious, and fairly messy, as you can tell. That stuff was just falling everywhere, but honestly, I promise the outcome is just totally worth it because this bunny is so cute. So I just, you know, went around the edges as best as I could and everything. And once I was done with that, some of the edge pieces had started to come up. So I just went in with my hot glue and started to glue those pieces back into place. So once I had everything glued back down to where it needed to be, I went in with some hairspray because I thought this would help the little edge fuzzies stay into place even more. And I mean, yes, you can tell that it was a bunny, but I just really wanted to define his outer shape even more. So I just went around the edges, you know, little by little. I sprayed it very lightly just on the edges. I did not want to get it all over the bunny because then it's just going to be sticky and all hard. I still wanted it to be really fluffy, but like I said, I just wanted to define his shape even more. And yeah, so I just went around the edges and I used my blow dryer. Basically took this bunny to the salon. So if you've ever wanted, you know, give a bunny a haircut and, you know, give him the whole works, now is your chance for sure. Anyways, you can see on the left side he is a little bit more defined, and his hair, his fur, whatever you want to call it, is more tame and like in place. So again, I just went around to the right side and started doing that, and hopefully you guys can tell, like on his left foot right there, you can see that his little toes and whatnot. So I just wanted to make those little characteristics a little bit more prominent. So once he was all done with his hair appointment, I went in and decided to make a cute little bow to go on him. I took 3 of these different ribbon pieces from Dollar Tree. I just really like the color combinations and the textures together. I thought they worked really, really well together. Obsessed with that like muted like sage color, and then you have the cream. I think it's totally cute for Easter. So I just made him a cute little bow to go right around his neck area, and I just glued that on with some hot glue and, you know, kind of trimmed it up here and there where I saw fit. I just felt like it was a little too long, so I just shortened it up. And then I went in with this little platform piece that is a leftover piece from a Dollar General like farmhouse truck type of thing that I had. I only used the truck, so I still had this like stand left over. So I painted that white, and then I used some Jenga blocks to kind of give it more stability on there. And here is how he turned out, you guys. Oh my goodness. I can't even stand it. It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. Despicable Me reference there if you didn't know. But seriously, so fluffy, so cute. I mean, he has all, you know, the Easter spring vibes. Like I said, I really love the way that bow turned out. Definitely one of my favorites. I do want to recreate that sometime here soon, but I love it, you guys. Alrighty, well, we made it to the end. We made it to the final walkthrough, which I really love to do for you guys. I just really like to show you again what I created in each video, but, you know, in some different lighting, a better space and atmosphere, not in my garage all the time. So I just really like to show you just, you know, how full of life and how beautiful each of these creations really are. And honestly, I have to say this fluffy fuzzy bunny has to be one of my favorites for sure, along with the moss, you know, inverted pear. Those are so beautiful, but these floral inverted sign, like, you know, wall decor pieces are so beautiful as well. The pillows, so stinking cute. I just love that bunny pattern. Also, I took that wood cutout and traced it on some felt, so that way you can add those to the pillows if you wanted to, just to really bring that like Easter feel out of them. Oh man, but this moss picture, probably my favorite. I really like the fluffy bunny, but I also like the white background moss bunny. Super, super cute. The aging and the antiquing on this sign, totally adorable. Here for it. Love all of these. If you guys have made it this far, please leave me an Easter type of emoji down below, or just let me know you're still here. Thank you guys, you know, so much for being here and spending your time with me. I appreciate it so much. I hope you know that. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.